Hi friends, welcome back to Dergy be Playin Zero Time Dilemma. So yeah, last time, holy fucking shit, Mira still scares me, and I honestly think that I forget his name entirely again, because he's just a simp and he disgusts me. It scares me even more now that I realize he's willing to kill for his delusional idea that Mira actually likes him. But I'm more confused by why she would go along with that long enough for them to get a house together and then assumedly kill him. I'm really confused as to why it happens that way. But I have an idea. I'm pretty damn sure still that she is either Zero or Zero's helper. I've realized there's always been a Zero and a Zero helper in each nonary game. And I think that this is the same setup, or it could be different in a way. Obviously, this is a different nonary game setup, especially in the way that they're specifically fragmenting everyone's memories and experiences of everything here by making them fall asleep and then putting them in different rooms. And then sometimes erasing their memories. Oh, and also I just realized, when people obviously forget shit that other people don't, I think that's always an indicator that they were in a timeline where I think they were not ones that ended up getting someone killed, maybe. Because I think there is an order to this, but it's probably not straightforward. And I have this feeling that there are several different worlds, several different histories, as they kept calling it in VLR, being used here. What I mean is, sometimes when they wake up, they're in one history, and another time they're in a different parallel world. I think that this game, this particular nonary game, does not take place essentially on one world line, except not really, because there's obviously a bunch of different branching ones, but in the other games, it's obvious that, there's one world line they're trying to affect. And, so essentially, they're trying to get them all onto one world line, right? This almost feels like they're trying to split people up or make it harder for them to stay on one world line. Or make it, more difficult to figure out which one they're on? Maybe in order to make it more difficult to get rid of the virus, at least in one timeline. Or keep it from getting out, or whatever the fuck happened here. But it does seem like this entire, Mars mission experiment here was hijacked by seemingly Akane entirely. I have this feeling that she did plan this as well, as I've discussed before, this nonary game, but she is blind to the results in a way that she is not for the other two nonary games that she did. But why the fuck would she work with someone like Mira? Because it really seems like Mira has something to do with this. Because, God, I have a feeling that this might really just be Free the Soul, and that that's just how that is, but there's a lot more mysteries there. Again, I don't know, dude. You're supposed to not understand until the end. That's how these stories work. And the end meaning the end of this game. So I'm sure that a lot of what I think is completely about how this works is wrong. And probably not all of it at this point. There's definitely some established as fuck things. Like the fact that this is obviously the Phi and Sigma that came from VLR. We know that much. But as far as where the hell Akane came from, what Akane that is, how she's here even, in fact, we don't really know that. I'm pretty damn sure, although I'm not 100% sure, that the Junpei here is mentally Tenmyoji from VLR Junpei. I'm still a little mad that they didn't reveal his last name for that specific purpose until this game. God damn it. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself again, because welcome to being me. Let's decide what we're doing. I've been scared of any more Phi and Sigma related trauma. And now I'm really scared of this team. Poor fucking Q. Being caught up between these two absolute assholes. One that literally will kill him, that scares the shit out of me. Like, that he would be so delusional. I have this feeling that it might have been Radical 6 that got to him? No, they spent 3 days getting a house and then she killed him, it seems like. Is that Mira in a pod behind him? Now I'm curious. God damn it. Wait, what? Fuck me, I want to do it because I saw that. I'm like, what? Excuse me? But I feel like, again, I'm gonna be traumatized in a different way. Fuck. Now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do C team, because Q team and D team have been oof for me lately. Then I realized that there's always gonna be a whole lot of oof here. I think there is a part of my brain that, before I even realized it, was wanting to avoid these scenarios, which is why I haven't done any since I started the game and went through all the initial scenarios. And it's because the way Junpei acts toward Akane is justified and valid, but really to me, because I think that's the younger Akane. Older Akane would be able to deal with him being like that far better than this Akane is. She's very sad about it, and I want to hug the fuck out of her, and I frankly want to keep delaying that. It's just like, it's a special kind of sadness and anxiety to me, just listening to that kind of conversation, where one person is just so done with another's shit like that. It's just hard for me to want to... I'm really curious about what the fuck this is. I also kind of want to figure out if I'm right about my idea that they're a family of 3 this whole fucking time, even though it seems like this version of Diana didn't have Phi. I think Phi somehow physically came from another world line. I'm not sure how the fuck that works, but it seems like that's the case. See, now that I thought about that, like, the idea that they're all a family makes too much sense after that last one, but, like, how does that quite line up? Like, they're definitely acting like they have not been a thing, right? So I'm really fucking confused about how Phi can exist if she's really their child. If that's true, why the fuck is she physically able to be here? That's what I'm fucking confused about. How did that happen? Because that seems to be what's going on here. Like, the moment she was like, this is familiar, I was like, the only way that makes sense is if she's her mom. And I have this feeling that Sigma did mention a Diana in I know he mentioned a woman's name in VLR. I think it was Diana. I don't know, man. There's too many choices in these kinds of games in general. But now I not only have to choose between moral dilemmas of fuck, I also have to choose what the fuck characters I'm both okay with being traumatized by right now, and also, like, what the fuck scenario to do based on these images that make me go, what the fuck? I'm really scared and terrified about the chainsaw. I think I'm less attached to these 3, and I'm really curious about Mira in a pod and what the fuck that's about. So, let's try this one. I thought I wasn't gonna be up for this, but I've realized that because I don't have as much of an attachment to these characters, I'm more okay with being emotionally oofed by these 3 right now in particular. So let's just do that, and not think about it anymore, because I've already been rambling for 11 minutes. But thankfully y'all won't hear all of that pop off, just like I just did. But I'm wondering what that means, and I hope it doesn't mean a head or something.
This place is...
The pod room, I think.
Thankfully, the only
Something
reference
like
to
that
heads
was written
popping
on
off
the
that
map.
seems to have happened
But I
was not
don't
here,
see
it
any
was with
pods
poor
here.
fucking Junpei.
More importantly, where's Mira?
Huh?
Mira! Where is she?
She's in a pod.
Well, even if you ask me...
Does that mean you don't know? Shit! I hope Zero didn't...
Buddy, I
won't
think she
forgive
is
him.
Zero.
I won't!
This poor fucking
Mira,
man. He's so attached to
Mira
this
is
woman,
my
and she
angel.
doesn't give a fuck. This poor man.
Ah!
I hate, like,
Open!
I really
Open!
hate how he
Eric,
is.
calm down.
And at the same
can I be
time, I'm
calm?
really sad for him. Because of that,
Mira might be stuck all alone somewhere, crying her
she's
heart
not
out.
like that. She's literally the most fucking calm person in this entire goddamn game. And you should not be worried about her
Eric,
because she doesn't
you
give
need
a
to stay
fuck
calm
about
in
it.
moments like these. You're
This
just
fucking
wasting energy
kid
flailing about like
is
that.
so much more mature than this man, which I think
Please,
is
Eric.
exactly why
I
he
know.
was characterized as a baby
course
with
I
a
know that.
pacifier in that doll picture
No
thing
way I
of
can just
everyone
sit
in
still
that
here.
last room,
Mira, the person most important to me.
which is not mutual, which
when
makes
I
me
think
sad.
about how she must be suffering right
This
now.
poor fucking man! Jesus Christ, my
I
dude!
feel the same way.
Really?
I don't want you or Mira to be hurt at all. It's hard for me to even think about it.
Yeah, this kid just wants everyone to
I don't
survive.
have any memories.
Aw. Okay, I like
don't
this.
know who I am.
Okay,
I
if
can't
Eric starts
remember
giving a
if
fuck
I
about
have
this kid
someone
here,
important.
first of all,
I know to you.
this is obviously a
and the
different
others,
scenario
I
than the
look
one where he
suspicious
killed
for a
him.
person you just
So I
met.
like the
But to
idea.
me, how I am right
Okay,
now,
I
everyone
might like
here
Eric
is
more if
all
he
I
starts
have.
actually acting different
Because
to
of
this
that,
kid.
I consider all of you very important to me.
I love this.
I don't want
If it does to Eric what I think it
I want to
should,
like you.
if he has
mean,
growth
if I
in
don't,
this game, I will be very happy about it.
I'll be
Although I
really
have a
sad.
feeling he won't, because of what little I've heard of Eric, about Eric from just internet comments and
Hey,
stuff. People think he's literally
I'm
just a
sorry
simp
about
and nothing
before.
more. But this
Yelling
is
at you,
already
I mean.
this is already growth
you
right
said,
here.
We
So
gotta
I
stay
think
calm.
they're just attached
right?
to the first impression they had.
Eric,
Like a lot of people
Come
get.
on. Let's find a way
I feel
out
like
of
I'm
here.
less prone to that
Quick.
than most people, and I think
Will
everyone
you
needs to work on being less
help
prone
me
to
to
that.
do that?
Because this right
Yeah,
here is
of
so.
course.
This is exactly what I want from Eric. Yes, I like Eric more already. And I unfortunately, I guarantee you, a lot of people literally weren't like that about this scene. It might also be related to how much more he maybe isn't like this with him. This might be the only scenario in which he actually bonds with Q, and he might unfortunately not even remember doing this in any of the others, or something like that, right? Because he's probably not going to remember this in a lot of the other scenarios. Which is probably why a lot of people are just like, he's just a simp and a horrible piece of shit. Which I do kind of agree with in that last scenario. But he might as well be a different person entirely from that last scenario, because he just flipped from hating and distrusting Q to the opposite pretty much right now. That's clear as fuck here, and that's interesting, and I love that, and I'm glad the writers did that, because I was afraid they were just going to put him in a box for the whole game. I think I am already starting to see why I've heard people say that this game is written horribly. I have a feeling there is something about the way that scenes are written. I feel like especially newer characters I don't have as much of a connection to. Some of them, especially Eric, bit Mira, bit Carlos, although I haven't seen a whole lot of him yet. I really wonder what the fuck Carlos's role in this is, by the way, since he was the one that made the decision. Who is he, and why is he so important? I really wonder about that. It's probably because he has a lot of Esper shit going on, particularly, like, strong potential in that way. By the way, I'm still working on my green screen stuff. I feel like there's generally less greeniness in my background. I am aware that there's some weird staticky shit going on. I also am aware that my lighting is a bit meh, and that my head's cut off. I don't think my head being cut off is something I can fix, because the way that my green screen is set up, it's not very far above my head. And the way that my lighting is, I think when I fix my lighting, I can at least have it a little bit higher up and it'd be fine. And just above my head, perhaps. I'm hoping that, but right now the way that my lighting is, it's too bright up in the top for that. So I'm still working out the kinks. I need to buy some lights that will light it more evenly, and not have the up and downness that you've certainly seen from my fluorescent lights. But, you know, it's a work in progress. I just wanted to get my face on videos without a background first, and now I'm working out the kinks. If she's in a pod, my brain immediately goes to the idea that she might have been sleeping in there for a long time in this specific world, literally in another world line somehow. They all have jumped to this world line. And she has been sleeping in this pod in this world line only for a very long time, and not the other ones. Or maybe, possibly the other ones. Maybe the beginning of the game is not even the beginning of this scenario to them. It might have been a midway point of some kind. Or it might have been a long time ago. Actually, the fact that in the beginning even, all their stuff looked worn out. Their stuff meaning Q's helmet and all of the bracelets. How worn out does Q's helmet look and all that stuff? And do the bracelets look when we see them? I need to look at that, because that might give me a hint of what I think might happen, is they might have... This might be more out of order than I even think it is. Like, I thought at the very least that the beginning scenarios were at the beginning, but the more I think about the possibilities of, you know, world lines and order in this particular game, the more I feel like, hold on a second. It might not, like, that might have been the end In fact, it very well might have been the end of everything. Because maybe after, actually no, well, yeah, maybe in the scenario where, oh my god, I just realized, that might have been the ending where they all got out, but then they somehow put to sleep when they got out, and then put in those cells at the very end when they all escaped and removed of their memories entirely. And that's literally the end. And that last choice is whether the virus is there or not. If you choose the right color at the beginning, that might be the world line in which there is no virus, but they still all played the game, actually. But why would he lie? I don't know if Zero's really been lying a whole lot, except there has been definitely some lies, or at least lies of omission, that Zero has said before. I mean, certainly a lot of lies of omission. But I mean straight up lies. There's been a few, but not a lot. At least I feel like there's been a few. Don't quote me on that. There's definitely been particularly important lies of omission. But as far as lies, I don't know about that. This also might be the beginning of the whole thing. The reason why the Esper shit is even happening to people. That's probably the biggest thing we're gonna learn about this game. And that's probably gonna blow open the whole can of worms as to what the fuck is going on exactly. Because I have a feeling like this game, this is my big theory right now, caused a paradox. And I'm sorry that I'm rambling again, but again, just thinking of the implications of this room in particular made me think about the implications of the entire game. It's kind of what these games do to you over the games, at least it's been doing to me. Is everything feels like it should be examined for me to understand anything. I do actually like that, how much these games keep you in the dark. It feels like I'm developing my critical thinking a lot, and my ability to understand plot and good writing, especially good mystery-type writing, by playing and thinking about the game this way. What I was saying was, I have a feeling that this nonary game right here was the beginning of why the Esper powers happened. Like, basically, this caused some kind of paradox. It might have been how Radical 6 happened. A paradox happened, and that's why Radical 6 happened, because, like, something psychologically happened to everyone in the world because of this. But regardless of Radical 6 and why that happens, which I think we're also gonna learn here, I fucking hope so. Or at least we're gonna have context to at least figure it out, right? Hopefully. But regardless of how Radical 6 happened, I think what gave people Esper powers, even people that were not involved with this game at all, might have come from this game. Like, something happened, like, maybe specific world lines were messed with, and all the world lines that the said people came from, basically, were the ones that were messed with? And that's what gave people Esper powers? It seems really far-fetched, but it's like, something happened here. Like, it makes sense to me that regardless of how exactly, this is the event that made the phenomenon happen to all these people. Like, Sigma, and also insert everyone else we know has Esper's powers, which is a good few of these people right now. If not all of them, to some degree, at least the people here might all have it. I think they do. We know for a fact Junpei's got it. We know for a fact that Akane's got it. We know for a fact that Sigma and Phi have got it. I guarantee you Diana has it, because of some of her conflicting memories. Regardless, I'm gonna stop rambling for reals for now, and hopefully for the episode, don't quote me on that at all, and play the video game. But I feel like this is gonna be a pretty hard room, because there's not a whole lot in here to investigate, it looks like, but there might be way more than meets the eye. Especially stuff might pop out of the wall or something. There looks like the possibility of that, like maybe here. And I'm not sure what all this red and green stuff is. There's that note there, I'll look at that in a second, but I have this feeling that we're gonna have to open this pod room door and maybe even get Mira out of there. Or at the very least, there's more puzzle in this room. She might be asleep for the whole room, though. Now again, she might have just been put in there for temporary reasons for this room. For whatever reason, right? We know the cold sleep pods and what their significance is, right? And I'm pretty sure that she's in one of those. That, to me, signifies that at least it's a possibility that in this particular world line, at least, if not in general, she has been put in this pod for who knows how the fuck long. Probably not even just her either. They might have all been. Oh, I just kind of realized this. At any point after they all fall asleep, after every single room and voting event, any of those points he could have put them in pods. Once again, like VLR, this ain't the year we think it is. I guarantee you that, nah. You know what? At some points it likely is the year we think it is. At others, it isn't. Because that word right there you see in front of your face, pod. Because people were put in those. I'm calling it. We'll see how right I am. Oh, something's on the floor. Strike. Okay, it has something to do with those red circles on the wall. I see that and my brain first goes, what happens if I click them? Red circle. Oh wait, the paper we just found has a red circle on it too. What about it? It's just a coincidence. Not it. Listen, how about you just shut up and let Q do all the thinking here? Because obviously you're an idiot. I think you can always develop intelligence, but I think he just really in this situation and at this point in his life is not equipped to deal with this, especially emotionally, which makes it all that harder to think right. I think that's the big thing going on with him, is he's obviously very particularly emotionally distressed by all of this. And so Mira and Q are doing all the heavy lifting. And I can feel that. Sometimes I feel like I'm the least competent and intelligent person in the world. And I've realized that a lot of the time, when it seems like that, it's because I'm emotionally distressed. I only realized that a lot of it was, so much more of it was due to anxiety than I ever realized for years. I think that's a lot of his problem. I see a lot more in this man than I want to, because he does some horrible shit in that last room. And also his sheer tendencies towards symptom is really concerning to me and really cringe to me. However, I unfortunately understand it a little more than I want to. Like, not as much the simping, but kind of that too, honestly. In my past anyway, not these days. As far as, like, the way he's reacting to this situation, that he's clinging on to Mira because she convinced him that she's into him. Because it seems like she's literally all he's got, which is really sad to me, and I want to hug this man for that, honestly. I think a lot of people just take characters like this, decide they don't like the way they act, and that should dictate the way that they feel about them. As the kind of person that I feel like in real life is victim to that kind of thinking very often, I really caution you to not do that. It's hard not to as people, but if you're on the other side of that, it really sucks a lot of dick. What about it? It's just a coincidence. I don't think so. It has to mean something. And his helmet is always actually that old looking, so maybe they really were all put in pods for a very long time. But if there's any point where his helmet does not seem so old and beat up, or that the bracelets don't, I'm gonna take that as an absolute that they were all put in pods, or at least most of them were at some point or another for a long time. Strike. Hey, how are you gonna stare at that? We don't have time for this. Now hold on, the word strike was written in the middle of the circle, right? Does that seem like it's saying we have to hit the red circle? Hit the, oh, I see now. What if I just click it again, but I have a feeling we might need something to hit it with? Okay, we need something to hit it with. We can't just do it with our fists or our feet or something. But that is the first thing I'd try if this was like a real-life escape room. This puzzle looks annoying. You like these kind of things, right? Yes, so don't fucking think about it and let Q do all the thinking. I still feel like I'm being a little too harsh to him, but he's written in a way that's supposed to be annoying. That's pretty damn clear to me. But I kind of feel bad for him because of that. Because people are way too quick to latch onto that. There's a lot of characters that suffer from that I tend to like more than a lot of other people do. I don't think I'm going to end up really liking him very much, but I'll be honest, it's probably a lot more about I see him in me than I'd like to think. But that's just me being honest and vulnerable, which is something I do want to be. Yeah, I guess I'll leave it to you then. Thank you! Good idea. Might have been the first one you've had. No, actually, no. I think there were some good points that he made in the last room, which is the other reason that I feel like he isn't as dumb as he acts. He might act dumb on purpose to some degree or another for some reason. He might also just be too damn stressed to fucking use his brain, particularly. I guess I'll leave it to you then. I'd do it myself, but since I'm nice, I'll let you try. Is it just that you don't want to do it? Is it just that you don't want to do it? Yeah. But see, stuff like that also grates on me a little, but he's just really, really fucking immature. And that's the main reason that hits a little close to home for me. I feel like I'm pretty behind a lot of people on being mature, especially for my age. But what you gonna do? Other than keep working on being more mature? I did it. Wow. Oh, you got it? Oh my god. Okay, that's the other thing. He's also really, like, pretentious as fuck. There's just a lot of immature bullshit going on. I don't think you could've, dude. I'll be fucking clear about that. I'm not even gonna read that line, it pisses me off, but I do intend to read most of them. Let's see. I think you should do this one. Oh my god. Huh? Why? Oh, well, divide up the roles. This is too easy for me, so I'll take care of it. You fucking lazy piece of... He's still really immature, but at least he's not so prone to hating Q. Oh yeah, this is pretty easy. You just gotta make sure the red can slide down here. I like these. Again, these more visual kinds of puzzles I catch on to pretty quickly, which is helpful for me to remember when I'm stuck on another kind of puzzle in these games, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel so stupid. Woohoo, it's open. Ah! What a wholesome boy! Head pat. Oh, sorry for rattling your brain. Hey, the cover can open now. I imagine, like, someone vigorously head-patting that boy, which I think he deserves, because he's such a good boy, would not be very fun for him because of the helmet. But, you know, let's get that hammer. Okay, yeah, that's what you hit the red shit with. The red circles. Now I can smash things with this. Yeah, like red circles. Okay, so he's doing the brute work, which makes a lot of sense for his character type. Nothing here now. I do like how, I feel like more than the first two games, there's a clear distinction between what character is doing what things. I feel like that wasn't as much of a thing before, or that the assumption was that the lead character, whoever you were playing, was doing most of the stuff. Definitely not everything. But I feel like more of it than here, whereas everything is split up among the characters more, but I think that is a deliberate extension of the obvious narrative thing that they're doing here, where we don't have a main character here. We don't even have a main character in each of the routes, except we kind of do. There's Carlos, Diana, and Q. However, we don't really have a main character in the sense that we did in VLR and 999, even within each group. It's really interesting. Okay, I'll worry about that target board or whatever. It might also have to do with the hammer. What's this round shiny thing? It's got a bunch of numbers on it. This just screams suspicious. It's not a touch and you die trap, is it? No, but unfortunately there seems to be a good few of those in here. What? I already touched it. This doesn't look like anything happened. What is this thing? Does it mean something? What's this portrait? Is it upside down? It's making my neck hurt. Maybe Zero's got a hobby? I can't say I get his sense of art. 2 grown-ups and 2 babies. Are they parents? Maybe it's just a decoration. Some of the things he says do sound kind of intelligent, but I just think he's just really immature, more than he's stupid. I can almost guarantee you that, because I have struggled with feeling stupid and other people saying, no, you're pretty smart, but still other people saying I'm stupid. And what I realized over time is the people saying I'm stupid, they're just annoyed by me, or like, a lot of times when people say I'm stupid, it's because I say something they disagree with. And sometimes I think about these conversations, and at least to me, what they were saying was more based in reaction than intelligence, and what I was saying was more based in my opinion, intelligence. Or at least a place of non-reactivity, which I feel is generally more intelligent by the nature of how amygdalas work, you know, and how our brains work in general. So what I've realized is that oftentimes if people just like call you stupid, that's just because they feel like your viewpoint is wrong. That's what they're saying. It's very subconscious, but that's essentially what's going on. It's not that they actually think you're stupid. It's that they literally just disagree with you. So when I realized that, I'm like, okay, I don't have to believe that, so it's nice. I hit the spot with a hammer, maybe. Oh, interesting. Whoa, what the hell? Hey, the room just tilted. I mean, that was scary. Looks like hitting the red marks rotates the room? Oh! Wait, hold on, there aren't any red marks by the painting. So I got a little too ahead of myself, but I was about to say we can flip the painting around, but I don't think so. But I have this feeling that if you can rotate the room, the painting is some kind of hint about the room? But what's the point of all this? Yeah, that is what I'm still wondering. Why is there a red mark here? And a red mark there? Ooh. There's some kind of... Oh, there's pieces that you can pop... Well, what happens to these? Here I go. Here I go. 1, 2, boom. Oh, it looks like it's just sticking out. Is this right? How would I know? I only hit it because the note said so. It's the one in charge of all the hitting. I love him. He's a good boy. Here we go. Oh, nothing's happening. How about we try the other one? I wonder how... Yeah, see, that one won't get pushed because there's too much there, so I wonder what the fuck that one's there for. It's gotta be there for something. Is there something that will change that room, I wonder? Interesting. I can't move this way, can I? Nope, not until the floor is level, it looks like. This is such an interesting room already. I had a feeling it'd be pretty unique because of how bare it looked at the beginning. I was like, it can't be that bare and have all the puzzles these rooms normally have, right? Now I'm seeing how. Because a lot of the shit that's puzzly is hidden as fuck. I don't think that's gonna come down because of the fact we just made it lock in place. The steel frame is sticking out. Do we need to hit it back in? I'm not sure. Should we? Well, I don't know. I guess we can hit it back in later if we have to. It's sticking out. Let's just leave it like this. Oh, hi. Okay, we can still go here. We need to try this at least once. Here we go. 1, 2. Whoa, wait, stop. It's reinforced glass. Let's find a way to get it out that's not so physical. Hands have really gone, no. I guess it is, yeah, that thing looks really heavy, so I'm not surprised. Not even hammer can break it. Is there any other way inside? There's gotta be, obviously. What if I do try doing this? Bullseye. Oh no, it still does work. I didn't think it would. Okay, it looks like you still have to... I imagine you can... Okay, you can't move quite this way. Here I go. Oh, that's a good workout. Now this frame sticks out like the other one. Hey, is this really okay? What if we're not supposed to hit some of the red circles? What? Don't say that after I started hitting them. You flailed the hammer around before I could say anything. It's fine, let's keep going. I imagine you're supposed to hit them all. Let's try flipping it around all the way, because I just realized there's green marks here on the floor. Wacha! I love it. Oh, interesting. Okay, that... Hey, yeah. So that does that. Okay. Alright, I see. Very interesting puzzle here. Extremely. Oh! Oh! Okay, I definitely see how this works right now. Heart's a different spot. Hey, I think we can reach it now. Not me. Fine, I'll do it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he can't quite, can he? You're saying you weren't even close. You were taking it seriously. What? No, I'm just kidding around. It wasn't a joke. You are that dumb, sir. I'm pretty sure you unfortunately are. Maybe we need to rotate. Yeah, okay. That is what I was thinking. I just wanted to see the dialogue. Very cool. Thank you, very cool. There we go. Hey, we can reach it. I knew it was just the man for the job. I feel tired suddenly. Yeah, I think anyone dealing with this man would, frankly. Driver tip. It's such an interesting name for a gear. What does that even mean? It's toothy. Yeah, toothy. It's some kind of toothed part. Toothed gear type thing. Or can we attach it? Can't reach any other circles over there right now, but there's definitely something in that wall. I just saw that. Very much like the compartment that's next to the power gate over there. There's definitely some down there we need to look at, but we can't do that until that's level. This is a really interesting room. I'm liking it just for sheer creativity. A lot. Just sheer interestingness of how the room works. These puzzles gonna count. You got this. You're so unreliable, Air Gallant. Honestly, yeah. It's really sad that he's like this. Because these are fucking easy. Okay, I say that the moment that they're kind of not as easy. That's really funny that I say that. Like, you might have to move it up, and then I do kind of wonder. Okay. This is definitely not as simple Okay, I have a feeling something like this. I knew they would get harder. Okay, that's definitely what you have to do. I have to make it so that I can achieve the same thing. Hold on. What if I literally just did this? No. Okay, that's not gonna work that way. Okay, I think I'm supposed to move all these on the top. This one's far harder than the other ones. The only thing you can start to move is the green ones. But then what exactly do you do after that? Yeah, no, No, see, that definitely locks everything into place. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna see how much I can move everything around. Wait a minute. There we go, feels good. Yay, it's open! That was easy. Ah, he's so cute! I love cute smart boys a lot. This one is already unlocked. We only have to unlock the bottom one to open the cover. Break it with a hammer! Ah, it's impossible. Damn, what's glass made of what's a glass made of anyway? Very sturdy shit, isn't it? Okay, looks like we also have to unlock the other side. I think he literally said that, but I don't remember right now. This is like that game. What was it? The one where you get the car out of the parking lot. Oh, I know that game too. Why do I know that? This poor man. Maybe you played it somewhere before? Whatever, let's just get this off. Where? I can't remember. It's a poor kid. You gotta get the red one all the way to the other side is the name of the game. And I gotta figure out more about like the general mechanics of how you get stuff, divide sides. This is sticking out a little too much, so how do I fix that? If I can get that blue one up there, then it'll work, but... And then those back to... Or, I think this is it. Yeah. Feels good, man! I feel big-brained. Yes, it's unlocked. I knew you could do it. Aw, cute. I'm liking that the more that the room goes on, the more puzzles you do. It does kind of feel like he's being less of a dickhead. Like he's unlearning being a dickhead. Because he's like, okay, I like this kid now. I do like that character development, but I feel like it's probably not permanent because of the nature of this game, and I feel like that might be a big part of why people hate the fuck out of Eric. I got both locks open. Now we can open the cover. Alright, let's get that driver thingy. It's a large driver? Also, what can we use this for? Driver handle. What's this called? Driver tip. Okay, so that seems to me to mean... Also, what the fuck is a driver? I don't know if I've heard of a machine called a driver in my life. What the fuck is a driver, though? Well, let's see. Activate. Form of large driver. Such a kid. What? I wasn't thinking of doing it. Yes, you were, you kid. Although, I think that being able to play as an adult is far different than still being a kid in a bad way, and is actually an extremely valuable skill for keeping your goddamn head on as an adult. Far more than a lot of people end up giving credit for, because people just assume the older you get, the more rigid you should be. That gives way to a lot of bad things I have found. Like, the younger you are, it does feel like the older people are just more stubborn, and you see the bad things about that more than the good things. But they seem to feel like it's wise, where you're looking at that like, nah, there's no way. I mean, in some ways, it's obvious that they have wisdom. And the older I get, the more I understand a little bit of how older people are, and how I'm approaching that a little bit more. But I don't think I'll ever be as rigid as my father, for example, and a lot of people that are older, because I just think it's just doesn't serve anything really well. I'm sure that a lot of people can relate to this. My dad is one of those people that is really convinced that it's okay to yell at everything because he's angry, and that anything that he says or does when angry is justified. Because he vented it out, then he can function and be a better person, but that's just the way he does it, is he gets angry and goes, destroy, and like, traumatizes people, and that's just how you deal with anger, right? No, there's better ways. I know because I'm learning it, Dad. And I have this conversation with him a lot, and it doesn't get through to him, and it pisses me off. Although, in a non-emotional way, there are great things about my dad, especially logical things, and just some of his skills, and his powers of logic and observation, I think some of which did rub off on me. So there's always pros and cons to how your dad is, unless he was an absolute abuser, and I'm really grateful that my dad wasn't. Although there were times where he blew a gasket and hit me because anger problems, like a lot of dads, unfortunately. And you know what? Every time that he's been like that, it's because I was doing bad shit. But it's just not helpful to be like that. The old adage of you've gotta punish kids physically. There's so much more research that's coming out the more that time goes on, that's just traumatizing and not really good in any permanent sense. But the parents cling on to it because that means that their child is more obedient, and that's what matters to them. And they need to stop thinking that way because it fucking traumatizes people. Anyway, that's my PSA about parenting. Because please don't be like my parents, is all I'm saying. I'm trying not to be. I like these puzzles a lot. This is the right lock. I did the other locks, so now it's Eric's turn. Eric, are you ignoring me? Fine, I'll do it. This poor kid. Also, this seems pretty precarious. All of these uneven ledges and like floor. Like, how the fuck are they reaching over and doing this while the floors are like this? It seems to be a detail that's conveniently glossed over. This is an interesting one. Seems like you have to rotate this blue piece because you can't move it out of there. Okay, yeah, that's how you do it. But wait, no. There's gotta be some way. No. How the fuck am I supposed to get this through here? Excuse me? Maybe it really is this simple. I doubt it. No, okay. It seemed too long for that to work, but no, that was actually easier than a lot of the other ones, which feels odd to me. It seems like most people, and certainly I, would start to work it from the point where you start rotating the circles to this point. So I was expecting the farther along you move for them to just generally get much harder. But that one felt a lot easier than the ones I just did. Yes, the right side is done. So easy that I was not expecting it to be easy. No, I did misjudge the length of the red one a little bit. But that's because the red ones were longer than the other ones. Like, that was the hardest one so far, I would say. Actually, it might have been, at least like because of, I didn't really get the logic of it quite until just then. You know what? I bet you have to unlock that glass, and it looks like that thing goes in there and then it unlocks something. Or it rotates something else, or we'll see what it does, won't we? Oh, those are cool lines to say when Mira and I are... It doesn't work on her, you idiot! It'll never work on her because she isn't interested in you. Pretty sure she wants to use you for the game because she's fucking Zero, or working for Zero. That is the most obvious possibility right now. And so because of that, and because this is a Zero Escape game, it is to me simultaneously the most and least likely possibility until one or the other is confirmed. Goddamn it, Uchikoshi. I see. Okay. You work on that. I'll concentrate on this over here. This kid is so fucking brilliant. I love him. Yeah, these are not hard. That's very strange to me that the end pieces are not as hard as the ones in the middle. Hey, it's open. The left lock is done. Those are actually the simplest ones to me, other than the ones that were on the side of the bullseye. Yeah, the cover opened. There's a note here. Great, now we can examine that serrated hole. This picture is that a Zero doll? Become me. Whoa. Okay, that's plot relevant as fuck. Alright, this is the, I do more theories than gameplay episode, although I'm sure that's already been a thing to a degree or another. But, like, holy shit. The implications of that are interesting. My first thought, now that I've kind of, like, sat here with it for a second. Does that mean anyone here could be 0? Like, literally anyone could be in that suit? No. All the 9 playing the game are in the cage at the beginning, so I don't think that's what he's saying here. But what I do think is, well, Akane obviously became 0. What if they were trying to make a 0, someone like Akane, and they didn't really care which one it was, or they were talking to Akane here? But if they were, why did they not put Akane in this room? Because she could not possibly explore this room, right? I say this, but Mira did get into someone else's section somehow, and I think that's because she's either 0 or a very Dio-ish role, because she's literally another Myrmidon. Those are my 2 theories right now. I think she's a Myrmidon, period. We'll see how right I am about that. But either she's 0 or she's doing the Dio thing, working against 0, but I think it's more of she's working with him this time. Because I'm pretty sure you're at least supposed to think from VLR that this is Free the Soul, but I also do not think it's that simple, maybe. But that maybe it is that simple that it is Free the Soul, but that their goal is not that simple. Especially because, again, there was that one piece of graffiti that said, let's make the virus weaker, or whatever it specifically said. That was along those lines. So, we'll see. Become me. Anyway, this is obvious that we have to do this here. Oh, I think the driver can fit in this hole. Would you help me, Alec? Ah, there it goes. Perfect fit. Good job. Now let's see if we can move it. Okay, that's how you do this puzzle. Now, what the fuck do you do about this puzzle? In fact, I'm gonna ask the game itself. Change the number. Pencils ready? Okay, well, let me just get my notepad out, because it literally said, hey, you should be taking notes here. I hope you're prepared to do some math. I'm not, but I'll do my best. Rotate the silver frame left or right. If the number inside it is red, that number will be added to the center number. If the number is blue instead, it will be subtracted from the number in the center. A note of caution. If the number in the center falls to -1 or below, or rises to 200 or higher, you fail, and I will be very disappointed. Okay, so red ones get added, blue ones get subtracted. We want to line up the silver frame with a line of numbers that add up to 0 to 200. No higher or lower than that. Wait a minute. Do the gray ones not matter? It seems like they do matter. My thought is that the gray ones are always added because we have a target of under 200, right? So my thought is the gray ones always get added, but it's just the red and blue ones that won't. I'll operate on that assumption right now. Let's do some maths. Add these up and figure out a solution from my assumptions and try that one first and hope that's the right one. And if not, I'll keep figuring it out other ways. 21 minus 3 plus 10 is 61. Wait. Oh, okay. We still don't know the number we need. We do need a specific number. Okay. I think anyway. So, I think if we do something to the number in the middle, we can get something to happen. What's something? As it's gonna explode? Does it look like something that will blow up? You worry too much. Yeah, I think we need to we need a number in specific, but what is that? I think we can change this number. Come on, does it even do anything? I need to find Mira. I don't know. We can't get out of this room anyway. We need to do what we can for now. I know that. I think you need to not find Mira. I think you need to get over Mira is what you actually need to do. But anyway, 3 green lines are on the screen. What does that mean? Some kind of code? I don't know. We don't have enough information. Wait. If all the lines are lined up, does that mean that that will unlock? I have a feeling that the key to that happening is this, but what fucking number do you need? Is there any hint about that I found? I have a feeling you need to find what number you need to make happen there? Definitely means something. I think I've done everything else that's in the room except for, well, this button. I think that when all the lines line up, then that button will unglass itself. Looks thick and hard. Oh god. Yeah, that's a sentence. That's definitely a sentence right there. There's a button on the other side of the glass. Maybe it's a fire alarm or self-destruct button? It's not right. It's probably the door opening button. How much of the wall can I expose again. Because I have a feeling there might be a number hint on the wall somewhere that I missed. But unfortunately, it looks like you can't really uncover much of the wall from here. I don't think there's any other compartment. I don't think it's gonna give you the specific number. I'm not quite sure. It said become me. Oh! Thank you! I didn't even put that together. I just thought it was a clue. But I bet it still is about the context of this game, this whole game. And probably the entire franchise, actually, because of the nature of the story and how it's been leading to this game in a way that most other stories don't. Most stories are very chronological, right? This story is like, each game adds pieces that are not necessarily even close to in the right order because of the nature of the world lines and shit. But also because, again, context is just deliberately spread in kind of a random order throughout the games. It's really interesting. Okay, so yeah. I should have figured that was a hint for this, but my brain didn't even... Okay, I need to make 0. But how do I do that? I'm glad that you can get hints by just clicking on stuff again. And I'm gonna try to do that a lot more often when I look up stuff in this game, because I think I'm finally in a position, and let's be honest, a lot of it is gained patience. More than anything. Gained patience and gained calm in this kind of situation where I'm recording a game and gonna put it on the internet for people to see. So I had to spend a lot of time getting over the anxiety of that and figuring out how to even begin to get over anxiety, period. And now that I have done that, promise it's possible if you don't think it is. Because I didn't think it used to be, and here I am, it's awesome. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna try to make 0 with one of these lines. That seems to be... Wait, I just realized. Wait, 8? Wait, was it the number 10? Wait, what? Okay, I'm so confused right now. The number isn't always 10, it always changes. Is there a way you can move that? Okay, it really just does look like you... That's all you need. You all can rotate. That's all you can rotate. You can't rotate this. These are fixed. These two numbers are fixed. 3321. That equals 61. This equals... Wait, I'm so confused. How do you even input a solution? What happens if I just do this? Okay, yes, okay. You can't just trial and error it because of the nature of that. Otherwise, you could. Alright. So, time to do math. Although I don't understand how the number in the middle changes. There's definitely way more math going on here than that one column. I only just realized this. Because I also thought you had to rotate that gray thing. But wait, 3321. Oh, I just realized. Red, red, red? Because those are red squares. So they're all being added. No, they're not. They can't be. Because it keeps saying, hey, the number here is 11. It looks like you can trial and error this. I did it. Okay. You can. I have no idea how the... Okay. So it's not just the one... Okay, it looks like if it does end up hitting 0 at all... Oh, it's only... Okay, I understand now. I am gonna reset this and figure it out. Because it's only the ring that it's... I understand now. I can't. Oh! Oh! It really was saying become 0. Now we have another number. Okay. Okay! So each ring is a checkpoint. So I think that even though it makes you fail, you could trial and error this, but now that I understand that only the numbers in the ring are being added together, but... Wait, no. 33 is... Okay. No, yes, I think, yes, the numbers... I still don't really know what's going on. No, yes, I think what's happening is the gray numbers only in this steel thing at the top are being added together, and then everything else around the ring that has the blue and red numbers is also being added and subtracted. So let me make sure that equals 30 so that I know that that's actually it, and then I will figure out what to move it to. So, 33 minus 21 plus 10 plus 20 minus 17 minus 3 minus 14 equals 8. Okay, I don't understand how you get 30 there. I'm trial and erroring this because I don't understand the math going on here. I thought this literally gave you the math that was going on here. It doesn't. I don't understand how to figure it out. And it seems like I could just trial and error this. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry. It's better than looking it up. Unless it's literally gonna make you go back to square one now. No, thankfully it won't. I'm surprised. Well, yeah. I feel a little bit like cheating here. Oh, yeah, no. And of course, it's -9. Of course, those are achievable. I'm sure regular 9 is also achievable in this game. Not too many goddamn 9s. Okay. I really don't understand the math happening here. I don't. I do not get it. All the gray numbers really might be being added, but actually, wait. Do the gray ones not count? Is that actually... Am I doing it wrong? Do the gray ones not count? I just realized, do these actually not count? If that's true, then now I finally understand how to solve this. And I think it's less trial and errorable than I just figured it would be, at least at this point, beyond the first one. So, if that does not work right, then the rules must be different than I think. Duh, right? Although, granted, a lot of does don't come to me for a while, but then when they do, they seem like a duh. I'm sure that's pretty common for a lot of people, though. 25 plus... Unless the gray ones really aren't added, but I think they all are. We'll see! I'll just add all the gray ones outside first. Plus 15, plus 46, plus 55, minus 14, minus 3, minus 17, plus 20, minus 21 equals... No, okay. So next what I'm gonna try is every number that isn't in this gray thing that's in the circle might be what's actually being added, and if that's true, then I get it now. I'm really not sure how just rotating it changes right now. Wait, maybe 33 really is the only thing that is also being added, but only 2... Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. I don't get it. I really don't. Because 33 plus 10 is not 40. Let's try this then. 3 plus 10 minus 21 minus 14 minus 3 minus 70 plus 20 does not equal 40. I don't get it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna try to look up only the actual complete rules of this and what the fuck affects the math here, because this does not explain enough for me to even understand the beginnings of what math I actually have to do. Okay, unfortunately, I was able to find a solution, but, and this is the Zero Escape wiki in this case, on fandom, so thank you very much, those people, for doing this, but this literally does not explain the rules of it. It only tells you the solution. So I don't really understand what all it's asking you to add together at all. I can't wrap my head around it. The instructions are so vague that, like, it literally does not tell you what all adds together, and I can't seem to figure it out. Because I tried all sorts of different ways of adding things together, and I still cannot understand why the fuck you get 40 from all that. I'm just gonna put in the solutions I'm told to put in for these last 2 rings. And I apologize if that pisses you off, but I don't get it. And if you understand how this game works, please tell me, because I would like to know. Because I don't fucking understand. At least I definitely do this with less puzzles now, because I am getting bigger brain. It feels good. So, for wheel number dos Rini, turn it, and I hope I don't mix up my directions here, but turn right, right, left, left. Wait, right, left, left? Really? Whoops. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Wait, excuse me? Oh, yeah, okay, It was 30 to start with and needed to reset it first. Whoops, okay, so this should work now. I really don't understand why this works this way. Okay, I don't know why that works, but cool. Keep turning left until the number becomes 80. And then there's other steps, so first. And then, right, right, left, right. Yay, I did it. And by that I mean I cheated. I'm sorry, but I couldn't grasp the rules of that one. And I'm definitely looking up less this game, so that feels good. Hey, it worked, and now... we put the driver in this thing, that's obvious. I think we can insert the big driver into this hole. Let's see if we can do it. Inserting things into holes, eh? Now granted, because he's specifically saying driver, it doesn't seem as applicable to, you know, as... Wait, hold on, how do you... Wait. Oh, cool, it's really turning. Oh, that looks easy enough, but what am I turning for again? Let's see, how about we put the floor and ceiling back in place for now? I think we need to turn the green lines all... to where they're all on the floor. No frame is sticking out. Let's just leave it. Can you not just leave it? Because it looks like I need to rotate this to where... Shit. It seems like you definitely needed to do that for... Don't have to examine this yet. Maybe... Okay, I'm pretty sure we have to keep the frames the way they are if I keep not really understanding what you're supposed to even do. Which the game has been pretty good about showing me so far. And that's the point where my impatience starts again. Where I have no inkling whatsoever about what to do. So now it's all stuck together, so... I'll first try just lining these up. How do you unleave it like that? Because I don't think you can... I think that... Okay. No, never mind. You couldn't knock it like this anyway. Never mind. How do I make it all rotate together? Is that possible? I really think you need to knock that back in. But can you even do that? Is it literally... Did you soft lock yourself if you did that? That sounds so stupid. Why would they design it like that? They did say something like, what if you're not supposed to hit all of them, but... Why would they make it undoable? I just did something different. Okay, I had to really keep in mind how the things... Okay. That is all I needed to do, was keep experimenting with left and right. It just really didn't look possible, but I needed to keep in mind what direction things were... All of the three different things were being stuck in, and that wasn't what I was doing. I thought they were all moving together. It's because I was always turning it the same direction. At least however I got it to where, no matter whether I turned it left or right, it was all... Those first two were always stuck together. Whenever I undid that, however I did that, then it started working. Green lines on the floor all match up. And... a shotgun, oh fuck. Of course there's a deadly weapon! This game's scary! I mean, duh, it's a zero escape game, but this game is just scarier. There's more murder involved. That's what makes it the most oof. There's literally forced murder. That was never a thing before. I mean, there kind of was, but not in this way. Things like the last room where they were literally like, you gotta kill one of the three of you. Making you choose between killing other people in a direct way like that. It's not like the VLR stuff. That was pretty oof. But there is more murder involved here. There's more deliberate murder that they're manipulating people into here. It's really... The monitor's lit up? Oh, it must be because we meshed everything. Hey, look over there. Don't tell me that's... Yeah, another deadly weapon. Yeah, there's a lot of those in this game. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this puzzle's pretty hard. Yeah, I'm already looking at that and like, oh boy. I'm sure you can do it. It's easy for you, right? Open it and let's get the shotgun. Easy, you say. Fine, we'll do it. I believe in a Durgan. Pretty confident in my ability to do these. Again, this kind of stuff, visual stuff, pretty good at it. So, I have Durgan faith. It really does look like you've got to get this one to slide all the way in. I see a nook there that's just as long as this thing is. No, you know what? That's where these go, I think. I think ultimately that's where they go. I'm gonna reset. You know, I really don't think this one can be maneuvered down there, so I will keep it up here for the time being. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking... Wait. I think I did it. Hell yeah! Yes, it worked. Alright, good job. You could do it. Other side time. A shotgun? I can do anything with a gun. Eric, this man really scares me. This case open at all costs. Unlock the locks on each side. You got it? It's getting harder the more tense you are. I know, Chris, man. I am calm. Really, I've done it so many times already. You did? I did all the puzzles. And he's gonna do this one too, surely. Poor Q. I did not mean that as the Spanish question. I meant that as this poor boy. But yeah, I'd say all puzzles and things of a thonky nature. It gets harder the more tense you are, which is also the point I was making about Eric. Is he's fucking panic-prone as shit, which I understand very much more fundamentally than I'd like to. But thankfully, I have figured out how to deal with it a lot better than I used to. It's really nice. The key is, the feelings don't go away, but you don't need them to. You can deal with them better. You can also basically turn anxiety into excitement, which makes everything easier. That's why games are so exciting and fun. Because it's use stress. There's a reason that word is the word for that kind of positive stress. It's use stress because it's another kind of stress. Stress is not bad. Anxiety is what's bad, but only in situations where it's not required for survival. Unfortunately, our brains think a lot more as survival than it is. That's just kind of how. Let's figure out what we need to do then. Oh, hey, I am anxious. This scenario is not one of those. I'm calmer, or I'm excited. I'm excited. No, that's what you do. That's what works. Hard to remember, but easier the more you work at it. Anyway, easier the more situations you try to do it in. So it's all about practice, like life in general. Anyway, I'd say this one's harder than the other one, because there's so many big blocks in here. Like, how the fuck are you supposed to get them around each other enough? I think I'm starting to get there now. But this big cross is the big problem, actually, it seems like, because... Well, no, the rectangles are fucking huge. Okay, they definitely need to be very, very... They need to take up a whole ass corner. That's what I've seen. Like, these definitely need to take up an entire corner to be out of the way. So let's start with that for now, and keep them both in the same corners. I think at least you may be supposed to move this one up here. We'll see. Okay, my mouse is working here, I just realized that. Okay, I think to have the cross out of the way, there needs to be less stuff ultimately in the way of it. I think you're gonna have to maneuver all the smaller pieces, or at least a few of them around it. How do you quite do that? I'm trying to figure it right now. Obviously moving some of these temporarily, or to different corners. The big ones is unfortunately when he's at. I think you're gonna have to do a big ol' rotate them around each other thing for a while, maybe? This functions. Also, this can slide into here. I wonder if there are multiple solutions to this. This feels like something where it's possible that there's multiple solutions. I think I might be on my way to one of them. But I have this feeling this needs to not be quite all the way over here. Wait a minute, here we go. Woohoo! Yeah, there's multiple solutions to that. You could at least move some of these around a little bit and it not really, at least towards the end there, and it wouldn't really affect the big red one's ability to slide in there. Yeah, you did it! Yay! You deserve many head pats! I'm giving him head pats in my head right now. It's very wholesome. Well, okay. Is he literally just gonna shoot Q? Is he still on that nutty wavelength? Eric, I know you're happy, but don't swing it around like that. Jesus Christ, this dude. Look at this dude. Get back. Now, this is definitely gonna break the glass. Oh, wait, yes, the glass broke. That was scary. I didn't even think about the ricochet. One of the things I can trust right now are myself and this big guy. I really think you should not trust yourself with it. Also, that's really scary the way you say that. You also shouldn't trust Mira. But I think you do, and that's a really bad thing. My god, dude. You should trust Q. I think you should trust Q multitudes more than Mira. But you're an idiot, so you don't. Jesus Christ. I'm just glad the button is safe. Yeah, me too. It's awfully convenient, just like everything else about how these rooms work. Often in a way that defies real logic, which is kind of weird for these games in particular. But hey. So now what? Are we gonna push it? Who knows what it does, but we can't stand around doing nothing, right? I have to find Mira. She could be in a whole lot more trouble than us. You also need to not be so concerned about her because she ain't concerned about you. And this is... Yeah, oh wow, okay. Yeah, it is a pod room. I didn't see pods until now, but... I think that this means that they all got cold slept in here. And there she is.
Mira.
Is she dead?
Mira.
She seems completely still. That's so weird. What the fuck? What the fuck? How did she die? She seems like she suffocated or something?
What is this? An electronic key?
In her mouth? How did she die?
There are marks on her neck.
Oof. Oh, she got
Mira
choked?
must have been
Okay.
strangled.
By whomst when? Wait, what?
It hurt.
Wait, what?
Stop
Oh
it,
God.
Daddy!
Okay, no wonder he's like this.
Keep going, Crystal. Shut up!
No wonder. He got raped by his dad, that seems to be the implication. No wonder he's like this now. See, that's the other reason I'm not fond of how people talk about Eric because of this scene. He's probably like this for most of the game, but it's because... Yeah. People that are this fucked up
Daddy,
are because of
the bad
shit
one.
like this. Yes, they
He
do
said to
unsavory
it.
shit.
He said
It's
to
because
do
their
it.
mind can't be stable
That's
enough
why I
to
put it
not be like
in the
that.
lake. I put Chris's body in the lake.
Poor fucking man,
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ.
No, I must.
Of
keep
course he's
smiling.
traumatized as
Keep
fuck.
smiling.
That
Keep
explains why
smiling.
he's so... He's just like, okay. You know, the idea of Mira distracted
Hey,
him
Eric.
from all of that.
Look.
That explains everything, frankly, to me. At least about how he is right now.
No. It can't be.
Junpei?
Jesus Christ. What the fuck happened in there, dude? Carlos fought them all and killed them? Why? Radical 6? I think so, because then he kills himself, right? This is that same scenario, right? Jesus fucking Christ, mother. Well, does he not kill himself this time, or does he?
No.
Carlos just killed Akane. Then he must have killed Junpei too.
Now announcing the current casualties.
He kills himself in that one, not this
Akane,
one.
Junpei.
I think it's because you had Radical 6 there and not here. Either that, or they all have Radical 6,
These
but.
six are now deceased.
It just, you know,
As a
it's
result,
different times,
6
right?
X-passes will be
So this is before the other one where he killed
Jump,
himself with the axe as
virgin,
well,
blue, red,
I
milk.
think.
That is all.
Which is why he doesn't quite have Radical 6
6?
yet.
6 people are dead.
In blunder terms, F6
I really wonder what happened in there to make all that happen. But I'll see whenever I do those rooms. I'm not looking forward to any of the rest of this game, I'll be honest.
We can...
But at the same time, I
Yeah.
am just because I want to understand.
What was that?
And also because these characters are good.
Did I just hear you say yes?
no.
6 people died! And you... I get it now. So that's
Jesus
it.
Christ.
You
This
teamed
man
up with
is so
Carlos.
unstable. I feel really
Didn't
bad for
you?
him. No, he didn't.
What?
The reason ZTD team died is probably because of the vote at 1330. You and Carlos knew that had happened. And then Carlos took care of Junpei and Akane, while you killed Mira
I
here!
don't-
No.
Think about it for half a second. Could
That
he
brings the
strangle
number
her?
down to
No.
6.
There's no fucking way.
Why?
So who did
You
it?
did all that to get out of the shelter!
But I...
Ah!
This poor fucking man.
Wait.
Did he?
It...
Oh, jeez.
You
Okay.
killed Mira!
Wait.
You killed her! You killed her!
Please don't actually do it. He's gonna get the shotgun. I hope not. I kind of do.
The passwords.
This
The
game is so
exercises are...
particularly fucked up.
Hey!
Because she
What are you
wins.
doing?
Yeah. He's just gone now. Christ, dude. He isn't a fucking person anymore. I think he's very on the edge of being just completely nuts this whole game. That explains everything about him, frankly, a little bit. Okay. Huh.
No.
I guess he does that to make sure he can kill him, too. He's so nuts.
Wait, Eric. I didn't kill Mira.
You didn't?
Of course I didn't. I could never do some...
Then tell me who did it! Tell me the killer's name!
But I...
20 seconds! That's all I'm giving you.
Why the hell would he know?
Better tell me the truth. I don't like liars. Now, tell me, who killed Mira?
He didn't know.
19? 18?
Unless he does. Oh! Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. I don't have a thing. I don't have a... I'm gonna try...
I see. 0. I guess that's true. In an overall sort of way. But you're the one who did
Okay.
it personally!
I didn't think that would work, unfortunately. What he meant... What I meant by that when I put that in was whoever 0 is
Why?
was the one that could have snuck around enough to do something like that in between. Fuck, she might have fucking asphyxiated herself if she's really 0. Because you can do that, right? Can you? Either way, Jesus Christ. This game is still completely mind-destroying, and I love-hate it. And I don't know what else to say about it anymore after these episodes. So, like, comment, subscribe, y'all. See you next time. Keep trying to live yourselves, love the world, try to be a stable person, unlike poor fucking Eric, Jesus Christ. It's easier said than done, but I believe you can do it, because I've been able to more than I used to recently, so it feels nice. Anyway, friends, have lovely ones. I will see you in my next video.